Okay, so I thought I'd do a quick video here before I go to work. It's getting kind of nice up here in Michigan, of the bass tracker. A couple little upgrades that I've done so far. The water's still real cold. We actually have frost still at night, but I'll be out in the water pretty soon. And as you can see, I haven't cleaned the aluminum yet. I don't know if I'm going to completely strip it or polish it. I don't know yet. Here's the motor guide trolling motor. 54-pound thrust, works pretty good. The previous owner mounted it right to the aluminum and nothing underneath, and I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, but I still have to open up the hatch here and see if I can kind of sturdy it up a little bit. You can see the switches for the deck lights work pretty good, and then trim up and down up here. What else did I put on? The bow roller was new, no big deal. Actually, he had the old one mounted up here, as you can kind of see, for a little bit of support. Probably bouncing around a little bit when you're driving or on the waves, but it seems pretty sturdy. I'm gonna leave it, see what happens next time I go out. Storage, just the new bow light I got from Bass Pro. Old one worked, but the base didn't have the rubber covering on it, and I wanted something that would keep the rain out just in case. So here's the new one, fits exactly the same. My pedestal seat with the bicycle thing you can lean on. Couple rod savers, which work awesome. My little ruler I put on, and the carpet down here came unglued. As you can see, it's still drying out a little bit. I got this little floor drain I'm gonna install once it dries out, and I can re-glue it, but it was holding water like pretty good, so I figured I would put that in, which is probably why it came unglued in the first place. There's a speaker down there, which my buddy installed with us a couple weeks ago. We'll get to the radio in a second. Couple more little rod savers, which I have my net on now, but I'll probably keep some rods there when we're out fishing. Under the seat here. I actually ordered some new seats too. These are just basic gray ones. They're kind of nasty, rust stains. The snaps came off. As you can see, I've got them kind of rigged up with a bungee cord. Nothing too crazy back here. Anchor, some ropes. My seat, which actually is a nice seat to fish off of. It's like, I think that's an 11 or 12 inch pedestal, but it's kind of perfect for, you know, it's not too high. You're not going to fall in the water, but you're not sitting on the ground. Replace these with treated lumber, treated plywood. They were all rotten. It was nasty. But the brake lights work good. They're the LED kind. Got the transom straps that actually mount right to the trailer, which is wonderful. Here's the 45 Mariner. It's running a little hot. We have to open up, see if there's any like gaskets or anything like that that might be cracked, losing water pressure. Because when I go fast, it only spits out a little bit and it's really hot. It's almost like steam. It's kind of weird, but more trim back here. My gas tank's out. That's actually leaking water a little, or gas a little bit out of here. I just got to put some plumber's tape around there. Here's my transom saver. And let's see if I can open this. A couple batteries, starting and trolling, or deep cycle, which pretty much everything's hooked up to except for the motor. I'm gonna miss. Let's see, it's kind of a rat's nest down there. I gotta clean that up, but the bilge works fine. The aerator works fine for the live well. There's my Minn Kota onboard charger, which is awesome. Never used one of those before, so it's kind of sweet, especially with the radio. Now, I was going to put a kill switch on it, but now I don't really have to, so I can plug it in easy. Just some stuff under here, some wire, my trolling rod holder, extra fishing line. Here's the live well, which I've got my minnow bucket in there, but it is divided. Pretty big size. Everything works good on it. Doesn't oxidize or anything, but just kind of refills water, which should be fine. Some life jackets under here, and here's the console. None of the gauges work. They're not plugged in, so I don't know if somebody was doing some work on them at one time and then just left them, but that is something I want to get to eventually. Here's the new stereo pile. As you can see, it's got power running to it, which is kind of concerning, but when you take the faceplate right off, it cuts it down pretty good, I think. I left it for 2 weeks, and it took me 5 minutes to charge the battery back up, so I'm not really too worried about it. But the lights all work. Interior lights, your bow light, anchor light, bilge, aerator, little waterproof cover for the radio, seems to be kind of useful. Here's my new Lowrance, which you can see I put it on a ram mount out here. It was right on the dashboard, and it was taking up way too much room. Your knuckles would hit every time you turn. But this one is the Elite 4 HDI, which came with this, if I can get it, came with this cover, whatever, and a Navionics chip for $200, so it fit everything. I just got to replace the transducer. That should only take a couple minutes, but it's got down scan imaging and everything, so it should be pretty sweet. My spare tire goes right there. I'm just repainting it. It's all rusty. You can see the trailer boards on this side replaced too. I used the same carpet, just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. What else? Just some stickers I put up, a new antenna, kind of make it cool, I guess. Not so plain. But this is a really big storage down here. You can see the PVC pipe for the rod holders, but I just keep some anchors in here, some tackle will be in here. What else is in there? Some buoys, yeah, all kinds of stuff. And then up front you have the little Eagle fish finder, which works really good. Cheap one, I think, but the water temp and depth are spot on, and the transducer is just hooked right to the bottom of the trolling motor, which is pretty sweet again. So I think that's pretty much it. Should be able to get her out on the water pretty soon and catch some fish. I've only caught a few so far, but I've only had it about 6 months, and wintertime up here in Michigan is pretty intense, so the next few months here I should get a lot of use out of her. Thanks.